next comic coming up here, you have seen him at Fallout. That's the room he runs down the bottom. That's tomorrow night. So come check that one out too if you can. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Joshua Saucier.
Hi everybody. Welcome to the Big Brother show, as I'm being filmed from 4 angles right now. That's not a joke. I'm being recorded there. I was almost being recorded there, and I'm being recorded there, and there, I think. This is weird. I feel like I have an audience of 6.5 million since all of this is going on the internet later. Alright, has anybody in here on Google Plus yet?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, well, that's not half of you invites, so fuck you. You remember back when the internet was new and somebody told you a webpage, it was always, yeah, just go to http:// and eventually we got used to it, we just dropped that, and it was just www. Now we can kind of drop, it's not www.google.com, it's just Google. Eventually we're just going to drop the Google from the internet because they're going to own all of it. You're like, yeah, I'm just going to mail, gonna check my plus. They're going to run everything. So I'm kind of awkward. It's weird. I've noticed lately that I've been doing this weird, I call it a balk wave, where I see someone I know or someone I want to say hi to, and I want to wave like a normal person. I'm like, hey buddy, how's it going? But as I start to wave, like in that micro nanosecond, my brain just pictures me waving, and it just sees. And I can't do it, so I'm like, and I'm doing this like hip half wave. So if you see anybody who wants to know who that comedian with the hand Tourette's is, they're talking about me. This is open mic comedy, yay! I've noticed though, being the awkward one in a group of friends, you guys ever played the various not it games? Put your thumbs on the table or you touch your nose? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. I've discovered a new one by being the butt of it every single time. I call it the purse game. It's where you're at a table with 8 or 9 people. And one by one they get up to go to the bathroom or to go make a phone call. And the ladies go, hey, I'll be right back. Watch my purse. Eventually, they all leave, having left one at a time, and you realize, I'm the last one at this table. No one has come back from whatever little errand they run. And there are 8 purses, 5 cell phones, and 3 wallets on this table. I can't leave unless I want to pick up everybody's purse and go out on the dance floor and be like, hey guys, are you ever coming back? What's going on? It makes it difficult meeting ladies. Just as an awkward person it is. I also find that if I'm lucky enough to go home with a nice young lady, or an okay middle-aged lady, let's be realistic, they like to put on music. Like that's I don't know, it was never my thing, but they like to make out music. They like to put on something to set the pace. I had a woman put on Freebird recently, and that was too much pressure. That was a long fucking song. I could not live up to that. I recommended that she download the Happy Birthday song. Preferably one of the short restaurant versions. I could live up to that. Actually, the hardest part meeting women is I'm a huge nerd. Everyone in this room is, so that's not really except for Ben. He's cooler than me. And that's usually it's a turnoff. We're like, oh, whatever, you play video games. I rest of the show. But as a nerd, that should not be a turnoff. Because normal guys, Jersey Shore types if you will, at some point in their lives, one of their guy buddies said, hey, here's a little trick. You go down on your lady, you spell out the alphabet with your tongue. Does it every time. That's amateur hour. Fuck that. I'm a nerd. I know the Konami code. It's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. The start buttons are butthole, guys.
That's the E.
Now I don't have a segue, so fun science fact. Penises can induce labor eventually. That wasn't fun or scientific. No, but that was my segue to a serious topic. You guys are aware that there's a common myth, it might be true actually, that everyone has a double somewhere. Everyone in the world, there's someone who looks just like you. If you're Chinese, there's 6 million of them, but whatever. You guys know, there's a duplicate of you out there somewhere. Everyone in this room, all the men anyway, every man in the world, especially in this room, has a dick twin. Somewhere out there, you sir, you have a dick twin. Somewhere in the world, there's a man with your dick. Not like in a jar. And he's got the same dick as you. It's the same length, the same width, the same girth, that same vein, I'm guessing, I don't know. But if you find your dick twin, you've got a friend for life. Like, that's a bond that cannot be broken. Well, it can be, but you don't want to go down that road. On your deathbed, you're going to be leaving all your worldly possessions to your dick twin. Fuck your wife and kids. However, finding your dick twin, you're going to lose a lot of friends. Because there's no non-awkward way to walk up to everybody and go, I'm just hoping when I find mine he's black. Now that's based on a stereotype. You guys know it. It's not a negative stereotype, but it's still a stereotype. It's similar. There's a myth, a rumor, that black dudes are into fat white ladies. It's just not true. But it's not true. Black dudes, like all dudes, are into ladies that want to sleep with them. It's white chicks who are into black dudes. You can do a scientific test. All right. Take a fat white lady, say, all right, here we have a portly white gentleman, little bald on top, little thick in the middle, good provider, good job, so-so lover, good father, all the buzzwords. Over here we have Jerome. Jerome will shortly be released from prison. He's 7 feet 5 inches. He's 6 feet tall. And he hates you. But he'll fuck you if you're drunk. We know who she'll choose. Like, that's not a mystery. Take that same black guy and say, all right, we'll even hedge it a little. You can have Lucy Liu, the most gorgeous Asian woman I could think up on the spot. We have Halle Berry, an amazing looking black woman. Both of them very successful. And we have Kathy to Jimmy. She's fat and white. Whatever. All of them are clamoring to sleep with him. Do you know who he'll sleep with? You? Do you? All of them. Every last one of them. In a row or at the same time. Because fuck you, so would I. I was talking to a fat white lady. Well, I was being talked at by her. I was at a bar and she would not stop hitting on me. She was nasty. And she kept like rubbing my shoulder and like whispered in my ear, and it made me really uncomfortable. And she got pissed. She was like, what were you, molested as a kid or something? It's not chicken pox, lady. If I had it as a kid, it doesn't make me immune as an adult. Stop touching me. But she got really pissy and said I was a hypocrite because I'm overweight and I'm not that attractive. I said, that doesn't make me a hypocrite. I have a penis, and that's a deal breaker too. No, but she brought up an interesting point. There's kind of a myth, and I've dealt with it looking the way I do. It's the story of the ugly duckling. Pink actually has a new song called "Fucking Perfect," and that's the whole story. It's got this little girl, and she's angry at all the thin white ladies because they're pretty and they're popular and everybody likes them and nobody likes her. And so she gets really angry, and she acts out, and then in the video she goes home and she starts to cut herself in the bathtub. And then she stops and says, no! She puts all her pain and her rage into her artwork. And it shows this montage where she grows up, and she's got gallery openings, and is selling her paintings, and has a beautiful husband, and wonderful children, and everything turned out to just be fucking perfect. So you too, kids, if you just hang in there, and are already gorgeous and secretly amazingly marketably talented, you'll do well. It's the ugly duckling story. The ugly duckling grows up and becomes a beautiful swan because it was switched at birth. Sometimes the ugly duckling just turns into an ugly fucking duck, okay? We need to teach that to our kids. You know what? Your dad's bald, your granddad's bald, and you're gonna be fat when you grow up. Learn how to tell jokes in bars. You are not gonna be a swan. All right, everybody, thank you very much.
All right, one more time for Josh Saucier. Next comic coming up, you've seen him all around town. He puts together the shows at Lucky Buddha down here in the bottom, so make sure to check those out. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Paul Bass.
What's happening, everybody? Howdy, y'all! Woo! Fellow comics, got some big dogs over here. I see you, Watt Smith. Where's Watt Smith? Ah, you're back there, you son of a bitch. Watt Smith's got facial hair. I've never been more turned on by a man before. So I saw Watt Smith with facial hair. Silver, can we edit that out? Edit that out. What are you doing back there? What's going on? Alright, don't come through the door surprising me and shit. Yeah, Watt Smith back there up to his old gags and tricks. Alright, well shit, here we go. I'm gonna, you know what, since we all know each other and it's a nice, intimate setting, let's just talk about some embarrassing shit. How about that? What are you saying, Nick Canton? I like it too. I love it. Alright, this is no joke. Up until like a year and a half ago, I wore, and I swear to God, I'm not even lying when I tell you this, and it's an embarrassing fucking thing to admit, I wore briefs. I'm 32 years old. Up until a year and a half ago, I wore briefs. I call them briefs. You bastards call them tighty whities. Tighty whitey. That is the most, it's so terrible. I mean, come on, you know, for years and years and years, people wore tighty whities, and there's no fucking problem. But just suddenly somebody says tighty whitey, and they insult through rhyme. Once you insult somebody through rhyme, it stays with you forever. It sticks around forever. Oh, tighty whitey, and now it never leaves. I've been waiting for tighty whitey to go away for a long time, and never had, so I finally had to switch to boxer briefs. Like, it's never gonna go away. It's never gonna go away. Let me give you a good example of how things stick with you when you insult somebody through rhyme. Alright, when I was in high school, I played soccer 1 year. I never played soccer before, ever. This was 11th grade, I went to Dinwiddie, and Dinwiddie was horrible at soccer. Terrible. I mean, just like the worst fucking school in I think we're in the central region. And we played our first game, and I didn't even have to travel the team. It was just you show up, you're on the team. That's how shitty we were. Nobody wanted to fucking play. It was a basketball, baseball, football school. So I showed up. The first game, we played Meadowbrook, and we were getting beat 15-0. 15-0. Look, in football, that's a decent victory. In baseball, that's a blowout. In soccer, come on, 15-0. People are like, what are you playing paraplegics? What are you playing 15-0? 15-0. It was 15-0, and I sucked. I was terrible. I was on the bench, and I had gas like the whole game. Like I said, I was nervous. And right at the end, after it was 15-0 to score, coach was like, all right, fuck it, go get in there. Can't get any goddamn worse. Can't get any worse. So, and I'm used to playing basketball. Just letting you know that. Just letting you know that now. I think I even played basketball already that day. And when I was putting the game, the ball was always on our side of the goal because we sucked that bad. And when I'm in the game, seriously, first play, I'm in front of our goalie, and for some reason the ball just ended up in front of me. I don't know why, where it came from, but it was in front of me. And I panicked, and I picked it up. I picked the ball up. This was a high school level soccer game. These guys I was playing with have been playing since they were the fucking play pit. They were sucking their mom's tit and bicycle kicking the other guy. That's how long they were playing. And I picked the ball up. That's like you watching a high school basketball game And the point guard's dribbling, just starts fucking running with the ball. Just starts running with the ball. That's what it was like. That's how embarrassing it was. The other team, Meadowbrook, they were laughing. My team was embarrassed. And they called me Handball Paul the rest of the year. Handball Paul. And then, oh, that shit stuck. What's up, Handball Paul? Fuck you. So yeah, it stuck. Just like Tidy Whitey sticks. And look, Tidy Whitey, I've worn them, and don't think it's easy. It's never been easy. And fellas, let me talk to you, fellas. Tidy Whiteys have been a curse in my life. They've been a curse. Anytime I'm getting intimate with a woman, and I pull my pants down for the first time, you know what her reaction is? Laughter. Laughter. I pull my pants down, she starts giggling. Is there any worse reaction to pulling your pants down? Is laughter? I'd rather she like fucking slice her wrist or something. They giggle. I had a girl one time when I pulled my pants down, she started giggling, and she was like, that's little boy underwear, you wearing little boy underwear. I'm like, bitch! This ain't no SpongeBob SquarePants on this underwear. That is not SpongeBob SquarePants. That is a urine stain. That is a urine stain. And that is not Scooby-Doo in the back. I like Pam's laughing. It's like, who's the guy saying Shaft? Isaac Hayes. Show you right. Show you right. But yeah, they laugh. I'm gonna give you another story about the Tidy Whiteys, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. When I was growing up, my best friend, his stepdad, when I was staying at their house, his stepdad worked the graveyard shift. And I'm sleeping on the couch, and he would come in at like the middle of the night, and he would start doing, because of your graveyard shift hours, he would just do all this shit while it was like fucking 3 in the morning when the dude would come home. And he would go in the back, and he would change, and he would walk around, it was a trailer, that's what he lived in at the time, he would walk around the trailer in his Tidy Whitey underwear. But like, and I'm waking up like, oh shit, oh shit. The thing about it, it wasn't even tight and white anymore. It was like all loose and flowing and shit. Like it wasn't even white anymore. It was like kind of like a light brown, like a kind of grayish kind of color. And then the motherfucker would go to the fridge and drink the milk for our cereal right out of the carton. Right out of the carton. I'd see him doing it. Go, he didn't give a shit. You know this guy, he scratched his ball, my fucking house, trailer, fuck you, I'll do what I want. One of those fucking guys. And then the next morning, like, hey, Paul, you want some cereal? No, I don't. But Paul, you like Cocoa Puffs. That's okay. I'll have some pancakes. Alright guys, I'm Paul Bass. That's my Tidy Whitey story.
More time for Paul Bass. All right, next comic comes to the stage. Well, he puts this show on. Also does a Fool's Day comedy troupe and lots of acting gigs around town. Please welcome Mr. Ray Bullock.
First, give a big hand to Andrew and everybody you see tonight. Give him up. Nice. Yes. I thought I'd talk about a couple things before next comic comes up. I started shaving my head well over 10 years ago, and I figured I would share the story of the first day I shaved my head. Started going bald in the back, and I decided that instead of growing my hair and putting it in a ponytail and having the most ridiculous comb over, or skullet as it were, I would just shave it off because I was too damn faint at that point. Well, I was going to my friend's wedding, and my friend was Jewish. It was a Jewish service, so I shaved my head, and I'm going in there not thinking much. I'm walking across the parking lot, and I see him walking around, and he waves to me. Well, as I'm walking to him, I'm scratching my chest like this, and he waves, and I just do this. Hey! Not a good thing to do in the parking lot of a synagogue. I'm just letting you know that right now. A little story from me to you. Hope you enjoy. Also, real quick, a friend of mine, a very religious friend of mine, we were hanging out and something happened. I think I stubbed my foot or shin or something. I said, oh God, And he said, you shouldn't say, oh God, because every single time you say, oh God, you're really offering up a prayer. I'm like, no. Every single time I say, oh shit, I'm not dropping a deuce. Okay, that's not the same. But out of respect, I don't say it to him and what have you and all that. But I found in comedy now, you can joke about anything. You can joke about race, you can joke about, sex, anything, all that. The moment you start making fun of religion, people turn on you really quickly. So we're going to make fun of religion right now, real quick, all right? Are we with me, comic friends? Now, I'm not going to be the stereotypical, I'm going to bash Christianity thing, because a lot of my friends do call themselves Christians, and they're actually Christ-like and not Christians. They actually treat people with respect and dignity, and they don't care what somebody's doing. I got no problem with them. I do have a problem with people who call themselves that and have no idea what they're talking about. Like, if you're sitting there saying, I'm a Christian, but yet I want to beat the hell out of a gay man because he's gay, yeah, you're missing the fucking point somewhere. If you're a Christian and saying, I should kill an abortion doctor because I think he's killing someone too, you're kind of missing the point there too. You can't argue with these people. You can't. I mean, I can have a debate with some of my friends who have that title to them, but I was sitting in a bar one night and I was talking to a friend of mine who's Wiccan or Jewish. I don't really know. Well, it was one of those. And she said goddess, because that's what she believes. You believe whatever you want to believe, have fun with yourself. I'm not going to, you want to pray to some guy who's up in a spaceship who's going to cast you to another planet and save you and then give you a movie career as an action star, even though you're only 5'1" and weigh 110 pounds. Whatever the fuck, I don't know. Have fun with that. Apparently the train agrees with me. He saw Day and Night too and wanted his money back. Anyway, now, whatever you got going on, but she said goddess, and this guy said, excuse me, it's not goddess, it's God. God is a man. Well, if you really read the text, God's not only anything, it's everything type of situation. But I had a couple of shots in me, so I figured, it's time to play. I was like, so God's a man. Yeah, that's right. So God has a penis. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying no. Oh, no. You said God has a penis. You think there'd be some mention of that in the Bible? Like, I want like an artist rendering or something. I want to flip over a page in Job and just say, yes, that is a huge God cock. That's the divine prick we're talking about right there. But he said, no. He's a man in spirit. Oh, like a dyke. Everybody cool with that analogy? The big dyke in the sky? I find that blasphemous, and I'm a fucking atheist for crying out loud. It bothers me. I don't think God's at babes right now trying to pick up on people. But anyway, enough on the religion stuff, why not? So, I was sitting at home the other day, and I'm watching television, just some stuff's on the channel there. And there with my roommate, I'm petting our cat. He's going over lines for Hamlet, and I'm also listening to Buffy the musical soundtrack. I know how gay this sounds, but trust me, we're both straight. Then this commercial comes on for the new Trojan massager. Have you seen this commercial? It's the Trojan massager. It's pretty much a vibrator. The problem I have with this commercial, there are these women sitting around at this bachelorette party giving each other gifts and shit. One of the women says, this one's for me. She opens it up, and it's this Trojan vibrator. And she said, oh, I've been really wanting one of these for a while. This bitch pretty much just said, thank you, because there's no way my future husband will ever satisfy me sexually. Thank you for the marital aid. That didn't bother me as much as when they cut back, they see the wife coming home with the husband-to-be. She says, you know that massager we were talking about? Well, we got 3 of them. And he says, sweet. He pretty much just announced to the world on national television, I can't wait for you to shove that thing up my ass. Which, if that's what you're into, cool, but I didn't need this information 4 o'clock on a Saturday while I'm sitting on my couch petting my cat, listening to Buffy the Vampire musical while my roommate was reading Hamlet. Okay, this really does sound fucking gay, and I'm sorry for that. I do apologize. We'll end with surprise sex. Who's ever had surprise sex? I'm not talking about rape. That's something else. I'm talking about you get that visual going on in your head about somebody, and you're dating them, and you're thinking what sex will be like with them, and then you finally get them home, and it's a complete surprise from what you actually thought it was. Yeah, I was dating this little girl. She was about yay tall, like 5'2", 90 pounds. I'm not gonna say her name. Let's just say it rhymes with Annie Bowen. We're dating for a while, and one night we started making out, and she goes to close my bedroom door. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking wreck this chick. It's gonna be on. Flip the script. She shut the door, took off her bitch choke slammed me onto my own bed. Mounted me like I was a horse in the Kentucky Derby, just on top, just holding she started choking me. Not with her hand, with her fucking forearm, just pressing down. Started elbowing me, there was biting and I walked out of that room like a fucking UFC cage. Joe Rogan was interviewing me and shit. He walked, how do you think the fight went? Well, I need to work on my ground game, Joe, but I'm gonna be back next year after I train harder. It was a rough time. So if anybody wants a cage fight, just let me know. Alrighty, well, my name's Andrew Bullock. You've been drinking tonight. Let somebody else drive you home. You plan on doing other things tonight. Don't fuck up. Fuck safe. See you next time. Bye-bye. Let's go, Ray Bullock.